Good morning and welcome to Better Thyself segment of Dr. Lamba's Awakening Call. The old saying, if health is lost, something is lost. If wealth is lost, nothing is lost. If character is lost, everything is lost, needs an amendment. The most important asset of a person is an impeccable reputation. Whether the reputation depends on your character or not is relevant. Let's not forget that it might take you 20 years to build a reputation. And it might take you just a couple of minutes to ruin it. The world's most successful people have one thing in common, and that is an impeccable reputation, which is not very easy to build, develop, and then to maintain it. If you don't have a strong and well-respected image, it isn't too late to fix it. The biggest problem in maintaining a reputation is that we sometimes take action or have an habit which can destroy that reputation in the twinkle of an eye. And these habits have destroyed the people, brought them from the pedestal to the dust. What are those bad habits? What are those reputation-destroying habits? Have you identified them? You have got to identify them, because until you remove those habits after identification, get over those habits, you would never be able to build a reputation. People will not take you for what you are. They will take you for granted. Well, this guy is a good guy or a bad guy or whatever. So what are those? My own experience shows that there are 9 habits which can enable you to build a reputation and to maintain it. The most important is bad habit, not trusting your gut. If something doesn't feel right, you can be sure it is not right. I used to find myself at parties where people will talk of silly, frivolous things. I knew that if I stayed, no one would believe that I wasn't a party to those stupid things. So I always left. Do not ignore your instinct. It's 99% right. And the probability of 1%, you can take it. Don't make excuses or question your gut. Just do it, what the gut tells you, and move on. The people who don't trust their gut absolutely can never build a reputation. Many times it might appear to you that the decision is after a careful thought. Yes. But the thought itself is a result of the gut instinct. And that enables you to build a reputation and maintain it. People know that you are a straight shooter. You see, when you are trusting your gut, you are a straight shooter. You do not mince words. And people take you at, they say, well, he's honest. Even when you are politically incorrect, they'll believe you. The second is bad habit, ignoring your online reputation. It's inevitable. When you are successful, people in jealousy will post negative things about you online. These comments you can ignore if there's 1 or 2. But if there are too many, then it's harmful. There is a comment about me on the online. I never bothered for it because I knew I was right, but that was one comment. Protect your brand and respond immediately by phone or direct message. If possible, do it in person. Typically, when you express some to someone who really cares and wants to address that in peaceful manner, the comment, even when they are posted, they'll retract it and even share how great you are. Treat these opportunities, the criticism, the comments, as opportunities, as not as problems. But you have to know what battles to fight. You have to select the battles. You cannot fight each and every battle. And to have to walk away from some battles, the way I did in one case. Some people just want to make a noise and spread negativity. Avoid them, ignore them with the contempt that they deserve. And the third bad habit, which can destroy your reputation, is meeting expectations. I'll come up to your expectations. No. Exceeding them is important. So only meeting expectation is a bad habit. Whether it's at work or in your personal life. Simply meeting expectation isn't enough. Always make a point to under-promise and over-deliver. In Punjabi, oh, it will happen. No. Well, I'll try. So don't promise the heavens, under-promise. And then when the delivery is to take place, over-deliver. This habit of under-delivery and over-promise is an extremely bad habit. Example, you get an email or a text. Don't be like everyone else and respond the next day. I try to respond immediately. Of course, I'm not sitting on the computer all the time. But 3 times I come to the computer, I ensure that all the comments are answered, all the messages are responded to, and all the emails are replied immediately. Surprise the person by getting back to them immediately. That's courtesy. That's decency. People notice these things. And when you exceed their expectation, they respect you even more. Another bad habit, which most of the people have, taking shortcuts. Today is a date of instant work. Talk to anyone, sorry, and anyone with a smartphone can become a video editor, author, photographer, and they can do it very quickly. It's easier ever to do a lousy job, and they do lousy job, and slap something on someone in the afternoon. But in order to build good reputation, you need to show quality, thoughtful, and valuable work. Don't take shortcuts. This may take years of study, practice, hard work, back-breaking work. And that's why very few people do it. Not taking shortcuts is essential to build a reputation. And you have got to build a reputation. And not only build it, but also maintain that reputation. Shortcuts are no way. And in life, shortcuts become very long journeys. Then one bad habit which I've seen in most of the people is they're ashamed of their failures. Why? Don't be ashamed of your failures. I know it's human and very easy to get discouraged after a big failure. But feeling bad, sad, and feeling ashamed about it, then you lose sight of all the other great work that you are doing and making a difference in the people's life. You have failed in one place, but you have been successful in other places. So you are really not a failure. In my career, I must have failed many times. And their failures were followed by criticism. But I learned that you can do everything right. And when you do things right, there will be people trying to tear you down. But if you do it right, then it's not a failure. That's just the nature of the game. It's always preferable to be open about your failure. You're going to share your story and suggest to the world. Be 100% transparent. Tell them, okay, this is where I failed. when you share the good and the bad, even those who criticize you will come to your side. And secondly, your reputation as an authentic, honest being would be maintained. Wow, the biggest problem is being fake. People are fake. They pose. And that's a very bad habit. Your reputation would never be maintained if you're fake. Your reputation doesn't only hinge on your work or credentials. We forget that the real reputation, eternal, everlasting reputation, is a product of energy that you give off. How you send the vibes. You can show yourself as an impressive person who has achieved incredible things. But that would not override the certainty what others feel about you by intuition. There are two things. You meet somebody and intuitively you like or dislike a person. And if you can send positive energy, honest, authentic energy, then you will maintain your reputation. At the end of the day, elements of success depend on being true to yourself, on being authentic. And when you live unapologetically in line with your values, your light will shine in a way that it is impossible to ignore. One doesn't have to compromise. I've never compromised. The successful people have never compromised. They have certain values and they stick to them, even if they fail, especially when they fail. And another seventh bad habit, prioritizing the wrong things. Some people have shady practice just to earn a few bucks here and there. That's not worth it. Your reputation is much more important than money. It's like parenting kids. You have to be a role model to the kids. Similarly, you have to be a role model to the people. People have got to trust you. So if you prioritize the wrong things, you will never be successful. In maintaining your reputation, you might earn money, you might be wealthy, you might be the richest man in the world, but people will tell you, wow, he's a shady character. That's why the robber, the mafia is never respected. They are feared, but they are not respected. They don't have a reputation. When in business, I always used to ask myself, am I building the type of consultancy that my clients would want to model? Am I taking care of them and doing things efficiently? Am I proud of myself and of what I'm doing? So my priorities were my clients, my customers, not me, not earning money, but ensuring that they are getting their work. And the next bad habit which can destroy your reputation is blaming others. I always stand by my heroes in the history who give me strength in my despair, by my heroes in my real life who taught me to stand what I think to be proper firmly. If you learn from defeat, you haven't really lost. Mr. Chacha reminds me that success is not final. Success is not fatal. Nor is failure fatal. Both are the same, one coin, two sides. It's a courage to continue that matters. So don't blame circumstances. Don't blame people. Don't blame situations. Don't blame nature. Don't blame anything. You are a failure, period. And that failure would lead to success. Face the situation head on. Take responsibility. Learn to take the responsibility. When you blame others, you are not taking the responsibility. And you have to take the responsibility. And once you take the responsibility, People will believe you, have faith in you. Maintaining an excellent reputation doesn't mean that you don't make mistakes. It is how you respond to those mistakes that demonstrates the depth and strength of your character. The depth and strength of your character, that's the important part of maintaining a reputation. And the last bad habit, the ninth bad habit, all I call these 9 bad habits. Ask yourself, did I do what I said I would do and do it consistently? That means the bad habit is being inconsistent, doing something, saying another thing, thinking one thing, doing another thing. Reputation is very closely interconnected to your relationship with truth. The underbelly of a poor reputation is that you become a co-conspirator in human failure because people who are depending on you were damaged by your ethical breaches. Don't indulge in ethical breach. And if you can't do his thing, say it. Be consistent. Your thought, your action, your speech, they should be one single unit. There should be no dichotomy in your thought and your action. So if you want to improve your reputation and change the caliber of your relationship with others, be truthful, be authentic, be honest, be firm, have values, leave a legacy of truth by teaching others, be a mentor. More importantly, do it consistently. So these 9 habits which I have enunciated, if you follow them avoid them like dirt, avoid them like plague, you would have an impeccable reputation, and that is what you need. Be honest, be yourself, be authentic. Avoid these bad habits, and you can be successful, not only building a reputation, but maintaining it over a long period. And that reputation lives long after you are dead and gone. Think about it.